All right, good morning everybody. So out here by the chickens, we got our new chicken house, little mobile egg mobile done. So I know I talked about it, but I didn't do a whole lot of videos on it, unfortunately. So my father-in-law painted it yesterday, and we moved the birds in early in the morning and left them locked up all day to kind of get them acclimated and kind of know where the new home is. So on this unit here, I mean, I've got it set up where we got the egg. You can get the eggs from outside here. Got your egg boxes there, and then plenty of roost for them, feeder, automatic water. So egg boxes, and went with a metal floor that's slotted, so all the manure and all that can go down through. So it makes it easy to clean. I mean, in the winter time we'll put straw in there and all that. But anyways, that's not really what I just wanted to show you that, but that really wasn't the topic for this morning. So done a couple of videos. I know one about kind of talking about how there's really no money in this small, real small farming like we do. I mean, under 100 acres, whatever. Unless, like I said, unless you're into something really specialized, or you've had a bunch of money just to sink into it and basically say we're going to start from zero, or had it given to you or inherited or whatever, and had something kind of going with that. So I mean, there's been a little bit of doom and gloom, I guess, as far as the last couple of videos I might have put out. I think I did one about did the numbers on the eggs. I don't know if my wife, I don't know if she has that one up yet. And what it came out to, like with the amount of birds that we have and all that, and if you're figuring your time, I mean, just to break, not even excluding your startup costs, if you just went from zero, you would be, your weekly on 50 birds, you'd have to be like at $6 a dozen price point. So like I said, I'm not sure if she has that video out yet, but you can, if you want to see all the numbers on that, if it isn't out, once we get it out, you can check that out. So there is kind of a silver lining here. So I raised some silver queen sweet corn this year, which is, nobody really grows it in our area, and it's pretty popular. It's hard to find a white sweet corn in the stores and all that. Most of it's a yellow or the bicolored, which a lot of the bicoloreds are pretty sweet and pretty good as well. But that silver queen name, I mean, out there, I put out about 1/8 of an acre here roughly. And just because it usually doesn't do very well in our area, because it's a longer season corn, longer maturity. It's almost a 90-day corn, which in my area in Northeast Ohio typically it doesn't do very well. So I put some out. I got it out right at the right before the 1st of June, right around the 1st of June, I guess. I can't remember the exact day. So usually we have a lot of trouble with the bugs as well, and it ain't really the bugs that are the problem. The bugs get in the end of the cob or the ear, and then these birds come in and try to get the bugs, and they tear up the ends of the ear corn and ruin it, so it's unsellable for the most part. But this year I tried something different, because I don't like spraying corn with pesticides, because it kills. I don't like using pesticides. I mean, if you have to, you have to. I mean, I'm not like totally against it, but it kills off a lot of your pollinators. And when you have corn that's 7 feet, 8 feet high, which this stuff was. I bush hogged it down yesterday, and I'll talk about that in a second. It's hard to get over top unless you have like a Haggy or a high crop sprayer. It's hard to get on top of it and spray that stuff. And the only other option is taking a wand and just like dousing everything, and then you've got stuff blowing all over you and everything else. So this year we have this netting, poultry netting here, and when we started getting young, like immature ears on the stalks of corn here, I put this fence around here and turned all of our chickens loose in here, and they did a heck of a job. I mean, I wish, like I said, I should have did this video before I bush hogged this down, but we had so much going on with moving these birds in. I had to get it. We were trying to get them in, and they were running everywhere, and they were hiding in the corn. So I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna bush hog it, and we're gonna throw them. We can catch them and put them in their new house. But you can kind of see where the rows were in here, and you can see it's just like dirt. I mean, they cleaned out all the weeds. We didn't have to weed it. It was just like, it looked like you cultivate it. Plus, they're fertilizing it with their manure and all that. So it was a win-win, and then they eat the bugs and all that too. So I mean, we had very little, I didn't spray it or anything, and we had barely any bugs, and we had a great crop. I mean, it was, like I said, it wasn't very, I wish I would have planted like 5 times as much as I had here, because in one weekend, my wife put it on, we didn't even put a sign out or anything. She just put it online on Facebook and all that stuff. And we sold out in one weekend. I think we had probably close to 100 dozen. We were selling it at $5 a dozen, and people were coming, you know, getting 5, 6. We had one guy get like 20 dozen. I mean, so it was, we had a few little ears here. The little ears we just, you know, shucked and gave them to the chickens to eat. But they did a heck of a job. So, I mean, that's one way you can kind of integrate. I mean, even though there's not a lot, there really isn't any money in eggs and stuff like that. But you can, if you're doing more produce and crops and stuff like that, you can kind of integrate the birds into your program to kind of, you know, keep down weeds, bug populations and all that stuff, because they eat all that stuff. And like I said, they did a heck of a job clearing out the weeds. Like I said, the only thing, there was a little bit of quack grass and stuff left, but I mean, most of it, they had it matted down and everything. Like I said, it was nice clean rows. I mean, they did a heck of a job. So, and I'll probably do the same thing over here, because our tomatoes and all that's about done. So probably here, I'm gonna let them dig through all this that I bush hog to pick everything that's useful out of it. And then we'll probably go ahead and move them into this over here and let them, you know, forage on all this, eat all this stuff down. And then I can come in and plow everything and put a cover crop in. So, or you know, and then they're fertilizing it too. So it's a win-win. So like I said, you might not be making a bunch of money on eggs or meat or whatever if you're doing meat birds, but you can integrate them into your program. You know, like I said, for fertilizer, for weeds, and bug control for the most part. I mean, you can see they run around here and pick through everything. You know, scratching and all that. And so it's just thought I would add that as a kind of a silver lining, even though, like I said, we've been talking about numbers and stuff like that, and there's not a lot in this, but you know, there's other uses that you can make use of your birds as like a tractor, or you know, you hear the chicken tractor thing and all that. So so you can kind of use them as a little tractor or a bug controller. So, but and also I'll show you in the high tunnel here, because we had meat bird. Well, actually, we started these birds out when it was colder here in the high tunnel, and I think I may have shown you guys this before, but we had this fenced off back here, and we had the chicken, you can see where the fence was. I mean, as you look at the plants, the quality in the plants, right about here is where that fence was. So we had chickens up in this part, and they were in here for about a month before it started getting hot. And you can see you got nice deep green plant. The plants are, you know, 1 foot, 2 feet taller than they are back here. And you see these guys, they look a little bit more deficient, I guess you could say. They're a lot lighter green. The plants are way smaller. So you can see what the value of that chicken manure is. And like I said, they cleared, this was all, I mean, this was like weeds back here in the back when we came in here and tilled this. And up front here, they just mowed it. I mean, it was just dirt. I mean, they just mowed everything down. There was nothing left. So, like I said, if you're doing the produce thing, which we're going to kind of back off next year on the produce, kind of just do enough for us for the most part, because it's just too much work, and I'm going to focus more on hay and straw. But we'll keep the chickens around. You know, I'm going to probably put up the other high tunnel, and then in the winter months, we can turn our chickens loose in here, and I'll probably plant some rye or something in here for them to forage on. And have 2 high tunnels, we can switch them back and forth, so our birds, they can have fresh, you know, greens all winter long for the most part, hopefully. So, and then on top of that, make this really good ground in here for next year's produce for us. So, but I just thought I'd throw that out there. Like I said, it's been a little while since I did a video, so and I just, like I said, I wish I would have got this before I bush hogged that corn yesterday, but just wasn't thinking about it. But just thought that was kind of an interesting topic, and kind of a little bit of you know, light at the end, or you know, a little glimmer of hope or something, or some way you can get a little bit more value out of your birds. Like I said, since there's not a whole lot in eggs and meat. So, but anyways, I'll shut up here and get on with my day, waiting for the dew to dry up and got some other work to do around here. So yeah, I don't know if you guys, we got turkeys too over here, so they're growing, but I haven't talked a whole lot about them, so that's been an experience. They are not particularly smart. I got to put them in every night. They won't go in their house. I mean, they get out and yeah, they're funny. They're a funny animal. So, but anyways, okay, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all the support out there, and thanks to everybody's people that coming over from our other channel. We appreciate that support as well. So, like I said, here we're doing all the farming stuff, tractors, old equipment. We've got birds, and we got fence to put up. So my oldest is going to be getting ready to go into 4-H here. So he wants to get goats and all that stuff. So that'll be coming down the road here too in the coming months, I guess. So, but anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe if not already. Hit the bell for the updates. Like the video, give us a thumbs up. That's the best way to kind of get the word out there for YouTube to show. I mean, that's the best way you can support us. I mean, because that gets YouTube to help us out and pushes our videos to other people. So, again, thanks for all the support, and we'll see you next time.